some star footballers never reach their final chapter. They disappear quietly, without telling anyone. Eden Hazard's story is exactly one of those stories. If you're ready, let's begin. He was born in a small town in Belgium in 1991. Unlike many footballers, Hazard was incredibly lucky, because his family was deeply passionate about football. Both his mother and father were former football players. So when Eden touched the ball for the first time, no one looked surprised, it was simply his destiny. Even as a little boy, his talent had already started to shine. But it wasn't just his dribbling that made him special. He played like a kid in love with the game. Free, fearless, as if the pitch was his playground and the ball was just his toy. At the age of 14, he joined Lille's youth academy in France. By the time he turned 18, he had already become a name people talked about. He won Ligue 1 Player of the Year twice, with his goals, assists, and elegance on the field. It was obvious, Eden Hazard was different. And then came Chelsea. In 2012, he transferred to the Premier League. There hadn't been many players like him in recent years. At Stamford Bridge, he quickly became a hero. He danced past defenders, scored unforgettable goals, and never lost the smile on his face. From 2012 to 2019, Hazard wasn't just Chelsea's star, he was their soul. Premier League titles, domestic cups, European glory, and performances that made the crowd rise to their feet every match. Many started calling him one of the best players in the world. Some even said he was the most talented name after Messi and Ronaldo. Naturally, every club dreamed of signing a player like Hazard. He had everything: speed, intelligence, technique, vision. With him, football started to look effortless. And then, what everyone was waiting for finally happened. In 2019, the dream transfer came true. Real Madrid. The white jersey. The Bernabeu. This was supposed to be his new era. He could have called it the peak of his career. But unfortunately, life doesn't always go as planned. His move to Spain was huge. But very soon, a terrible injury hit. Then another, and another. His old performance was gone. And with it, his confidence began to fade. The old Hazard was no longer there on the pitch. His body just wouldn't cooperate. One day he was on the field, the next, back on the injury list. Even the smile on his face was gone. Of course, the media didn't stay silent either. Articles, criticism, and fans began to lose their patience. And Hazard, a star who once lit up stadiums, was now just fading away. He spent 4 years at Real Madrid, but the number of games he played was very low. The goals he scored, barely counted on one hand. The man who once carried Chelsea, was now quietly sitting on the bench. In 2023, at just 32 years old, Hazard made a decision that shocked everyone: he announced his retirement from football. There was no farewell match. No final goal. No thousands of fans shouting his name from the stands. Just a silent goodbye. Some said he quit too early. Others believed the injuries had broken him. But maybe, just maybe, Hazard felt something the rest of us didn't. Maybe the love he once had for football was truly gone. He never won the Ballon d'Or. He never became the Real Madrid legend people hoped for. But for everyone who saw him in a Chelsea shirt, he will never be forgotten. Eden Hazard's story is not just a tale of a football career rising and falling, it also reminds us, no matter how great you are, even the brightest stars sometimes fade too soon.